Hello students, good morning. So my name is Avinash Kumar. Here we are going to start class 10th chapter 2 polynomials. So first of all you must understand what is polynomial. Polynomial means poly means many and nomials means terms. So where we meet many terms we can it as polynomial, but there are conditions for the polynomial. So if we have many terms like px is equal to if we are writing px is equal to x raised to 3 plus minus 3x square plus 5x minus 7, and we also have another polynomial x raised to 3 by 2 plus 7x minus 5, or px is equal to x raised to minus 2 plus x cube plus 4, and then we have last polynomial as x plus 1 by x plus 7. So here in all these examples we can see there are many terms. As we can check in the first one, there are 4 terms, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You all know about the term. In class 6, 7th or 8th you have studied about the terms. Here we also have 3 terms. Here also 3 terms, and in the last one also we have 3 terms. So as we can check in all the 4 examples we have more than 1 term. So can we call all these as the polynomial, or is there any restriction in the polynomial? We need to understand this here. So polynomial and polynomials means combination of one or more terms with power of variable as positive integral. So in the first line it is written combination of one or more terms with power of variable as the positive integer. So in the first one we can check here the power of variable is 3, and then in second term we have power of variable as 2. In the last one it is power of variable as 1. So it satisfies the condition, it satisfies the definition of the polynomial, so we can say it is polynomial. In the second one we can check the power of first term is 3 by 2, and 3 by 2 is not the integer. You all know about the integer. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, all these are integer, but the polynomial definition is asking for the positive integers only. So here 3 by 2 is not the integer, so we cannot say it is a polynomial. Then the third one example, here we can check the power of variable is minus 2. So minus 2 is integer, but it is not the positive integer, so we also cannot say the third one is also a polynomial. We cannot say it is a polynomial, so it will not be a polynomial. The second one is also not the polynomial. If we look into the fourth one, here we can check power of variable here as 1, and in the second one it seems to the power of variable as 1, but if we simplify this, if we are going to simplify this, then we can write it as x plus x raised to minus 1 plus 7. By the law of exponent we can write it as x raised to minus 1, and minus 1 is not the positive integer, so it will also not be the polynomial. So here all the last 3 examples are not the polynomial, and first one is polynomial. I think it is clear to all you. Here I am writing few more examples to make you understand about the polynomials. Whether it is polynomial and not a polynomial, you all must first pause the video, then mark and then match. So the first one example, here I am writing ax plus b, where a and b are definitely constant. Second, 3x square minus 4x plus 7. Third one, x square plus x minus 7. Fourth, t square minus 16. Fifth, 4 root x plus 7x square minus 4. Sixth, root 3x square plus 7x minus 9. 7 x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2 8 4x 3 plus 3x square upon x raised to 5 minus 7 9 2x square x cube plus 1 by x square minus 9 and 10 4x minus 7x square minus 8x cube. Here in all the 10 examples, first please pause the video, mark your answer in your notebook and then match. So here we are going to start. The first one, here we can check a and b are constant, so variable is x and the power of variable is 1, so it will be the polynomial because it is positive integer. Second one also we can check power of variable as 2 and power of variable as 1, so it will also be a polynomial. Third one, x raised to 2 and x raised to 1, it is also a polynomial because the power of variable is positive integer in both the cases. In the fourth one, power of variable is 2, so it will also be a polynomial. In the fifth one, if we check this, we can write it as 4 into x raised to 1 by 2. Square root sign implies power 1 by 2, so we can write it as x raised to 1 by 2, and 1 by 2 is not the positive integer, it is not the integer in fact, so it will not be the polynomial. Third one is polynomial, second one is polynomial, first one is polynomial. Last one, here we can check x raised to 2, so it is positive integer, power of variable here is also positive integer, so we can say it is as polynomial. Don't look root 3, here it is constant, we do not talk about the constant powers here. In the polynomial we need to check power of variable only, so it will also be the polynomial. Sixth one. Seventh one, if we are going to expand this, then we can write it as x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 into x into 1 by x minus 2, and here x to x cancel, it will be x square plus 1 by x square, here minus 2 and plus 2 cancel out, so x square plus 1 by x square is the resultant of this, and here we can check in the second term power of variable will be minus 2 after simplification, so it will be x square plus x raised to minus 2, that is not going to be the polynomial, so the seventh one is not the polynomial. Eighth one, after simplification you can check here x raised to minus 3 will be the left in the second term, so it will also not be the polynomial. If you are going to first talk about the 10th one, here we have power of variable as 1, power of variable as 2 and power of variable as 3, so it will be the polynomial, so 10th one is the polynomial. Now we talk about the 9th one. If we are going to simplify this, here 2x square is written as the product with x cube plus 1 by x square. So first we have to multiply this, you will get x square into x cube plus 2 into x square multiply by 1 by x square and minus 9. X square to x square cancel out, here we will get x raised to 5 plus 2 and minus 9, we will get 2x 5 minus 7. So it will be the polynomial, so we can write it as polynomial. I think now the polynomial is clear to all you. Now we will understand the type of polynomial. We will discuss about the type of polynomial. What are the types of polynomial we have? As per the class 10 syllabus, normally we will discuss mostly problems we will discuss on the quadratic polynomial. Few of the examples will be from the cubic and biquadratic. Cubic means power of variable as 3. Highest power of variable as 3, and biquadratic means highest power of variable is 4, and quadratic you all know, quadratic means highest power of variable as 2. So first we are going to start with the quadratic polynomial. So first we will discuss about the standard form of the quadratic polynomial here. Standard form of quadratic polynomial you all know. Okay, don't know? Okay. So look at the example here. Look at the board here. Standard form of quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a, b and c are constant. So if we want to make this as the quadratic polynomial, then a must not be equal to 0. the condition for a is not equal to 0. If a is going to be 0, then the x square will be 0, x square into 0 will be 0, and then it will be the linear polynomial. So a must not be equal to 0 if we want to have this expression as the quadratic polynomial. So let's take some example of quadratic polynomial. First we have t square minus 16. Okay, take the simple one first. X square plus 7x plus 12. You can check this is the quadratic polynomial. After comparing this with the standard form of the quadratic polynomial, standard form of quadratic polynomial is written here, ax square plus bx plus c. After comparing this, we can check this is the quadratic polynomial as we have here three terms, x square, x and constant term. In the quadratic polynomial, we need highest power of variable as 2. So here we can check highest power of variable is 2 here, so it will be the quadratic polynomial. In reference to the quadratic polynomial, we have two zeros of every polynomial, every quadratic polynomial. If we have this as the quadratic polynomial, so we will have two zeros of this polynomial. You all know zeros. In the 9th class, you have studied about the zeros of polynomial. Zeros of px means values of x at which px is equal to 0. मीन्स x की वो वाली वैल्यू जहां पर हमारे पास px का वैल्यू 0 बन जाएगा उसको हम zeros of polynomial बोलते हैं. तो ऐसे हमारे पास अगर quadratic polynomial है, so we will have two zeros. Means here we have two values of x in the real set where this will become 0. So first we need to learn how to solve quadratic polynomial. So to understand or to learn how to solve quadratic polynomial, we will do this example and then we will refer to the NCERT for the remaining problems. This is just the introduction video for the polynomials. Here to make this, to find out the zeros of polynomial, first we have to put any polynomial is equal to 0 to find 0. So to find zeros of px means this polynomial we are noting it as px. So to find zeros of px, put px is equal to 0. पहले हम px को equal 0 put करते हैं. px means x square plus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. In chapter 2 polynomial, we will solve the quadratic or cubic polynomial by the factorization method only. And in the next chapter number 4, we will discuss about the quadratic formula also. And then completing square method too. So here we need to solve out this by the factorization method. In the class 9th, you have studied about the middle term splitting. So first what you need to follow the first step to apply the middle term splitting. Here we have x square plus, in place of coefficient of x we need to put bracket, then x, then plus 12 is equal to 0. Means in place of coefficient of x you need to put bracket, and then the sign of constant term, here constant term is 12 and its sign is positive. इसके आगे पॉजिटिव लिखा हुआ है तो हमें ब्रैकेट के अंदर पॉजिटिव फिल करना होगा. अभी हमें दो ऐसे नंबर ढूंढने हैं, दो ऐसे नंबर को हमें सर्च करना होगा जिनको प्लस करेंगे तो 7 एंड मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो कांस्टेंट आना चाहिए. मींस प्लस करेंगे तो वैल्यू ऑफ b मींस कोफिशिएंट ऑफ x. दो नंबर को प्लस करेंगे तो 7 एंड मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो 12. ऐसे दो नंबर हमें पता हो तो ऐसे दो नंबर हम लिख सकते हैं 4 प्लस 3. 4 प्लस 3 करेंगे, 4 प्लस 3 7 होता है एंड 4 इंटू 3 12 बनता है. अभी हमें ब्रैकेट एक्सपेंड करना है, देन सिंपली इसको फैक्टराइज करना है. एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 4 में x का मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 4x प्लस 3x करेंगे तो 3x प्लस 12 इज इक्वल टू 0. अभी पेयर बनाएंगे और पेयर से कॉमन ले सकते हैं. फर्स्ट पेयर से कॉमन आएगा x, तो हम यहाँ लिख सकते हैं x का पावर 2 था, एक पावर हमने कॉमन लिए, बचा हुआ है x प्लस x कॉमन ले चुके हैं तो बचा है 4 प्लस प्लस साइन है तो प्लस लेंगे, माइनस होगा तो माइनस लेंगे. अभी हमें दोनों में कॉमन देखना है. पहले x देखेंगे, x यहाँ पर है, सेकंड टर्म में x नहीं है तो कॉमन नहीं ले सकते. देन कांस्टेंट देखेंगे, यहाँ पर 3 है और 3 के टेबल में 12 भी आता है तो हम 3 को कॉमन ले सकते हैं. प्लस 3 हमने कॉमन लिया होगा रिमेनिंग पार्ट हम ब्रैकेट में लिखेंगे। 3 कॉमन लिया हुआ है, x बनेगा, प्लस है तो साइन चेंज नहीं होगा, प्लस की प्लस में मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे प्लस ही बनता है, और 3 का टेबल 12 तक पढ़ेंगे, 3 4 जा 12 होता है, इज इक्वल टू 0। जब भी हम मिडिल टर्म स्प्लिटिंग करते हैं कॉमन लेने के बाद दोनों ब्रैकेट सेम बनते हैं, अगर सेम नहीं बने हुए हैं तो मीन्स हमने कहीं गलती किया हुआ है। सो x प्लस 4 अभी कॉमन बन जाएगा। अभी हमारे पास दो टर्म है, एक टर्म ये है और एक टर्म ये है, दोनों से x प्लस 4 कॉमन बनेगा। ब्रैकेट फर्स्ट टर्म में x बचा हुआ है और सेकंड टर्म में 3 बचा हुआ है, इज इक्वल टू 0। अभी हम यहाँ पर बोल सकते हैं x प्लस 4 और x प्लस 3 दोनों के बीच मल्टीप्लीकेशन का साइन होगा, दो ब्रैकेट के बीच कोई साइन नहीं है, मीन्स मल्टीप्लीकेशन साइन होगा। और अगर यहाँ पर दोनों के बीच मल्टीप्लाई साइन है और इक्वल टू 0 लिखा हुआ है, तो हम बोल सकते हैं दो नंबर का प्रोडक्ट कब 0 हो सकता है? दो नंबर का प्रोडक्ट तभी 0 हो सकता है जब उनमें से एक नंबर 0 हो। या तो हमारे पास x प्लस 4 0 होगा या फिर x प्लस 3 इज इक्वल टू 0 होगा। तो हम बोलेंगे व्हेन x plus 4 is equal to 0, then x will be is equal to minus 4, and when x plus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 3। तो यहाँ पर हमें दो जीरोज मिले हैं, वैल्यू ऑफ x दो मिले हैं, एक है माइनस 4 और एक है माइनस 3। इनमें से किसी भी एक को हम अल्फा और सेकंड को हम बीटा बोल सकते हैं। अल्फा एंड बीटा आर जस्ट द नोटेशन फॉर द जीरोज ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल इफ वी हैव क्वाड्रेटिक। इफ वी हैव क्यूबिक पॉलिनोमियल देन वी विल टेक zeros of polynomial as alpha, beta and gamma. I think it is clear. Factorization method we have learned in the class 8th and 9th, and now we have put the product of two number is 0, then we can say either one of first number will be 0 or the second one will be 0, so we can find out the zeros of polynomial here. If we are going to check whether these are the zeros of polynomial or not, if we want to check our answer here as x is equal to minus 4, someone is saying x is equal to minus 4 is not the zeros of polynomials, then what you need to do, you need to check this answer. And how you will check? You have to put value of x in the polynomial and you will get, if you are getting 0 then it will be the zeros of polynomial, and if you are getting not equal to 0 that means it is not the zero of polynomial. So you can check your answer. First please note it down and then we will verify also. ओके, पॉज कीजिए, नोट कीजिए। तो हम आगे चलते हैं। नाउ वी हैव टू वेरीफाई वेदर माइनस 4 और माइनस 3 आर जीरोज और नॉट। हियर वी आर चेकिंग ओनली वेदर माइनस 4 और माइनस 3 आर जीरोज ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल। क्वेश्चन इज चेक वेदर माइनस 4 एंड माइनस 3 आर zeros of x square plus 7x plus 12. We have to check whether these two numbers are the zeros of polynomial or not. So what we need to do, we need to put values of x one by one. So here first we will have x is equal to minus 4. At x equal to minus 4, if we are putting here p minus 4 means in place of x we are putting minus 4. So in this part also we have to put minus 4 in place of x. So here we have minus 4 square plus 7 into minus 4 and plus 12. Here in the first term we have minus to the power even number. If minus raised to even then it will be positive, minus into minus you can say, and 4 square will be 4 into 4 16. Plus minus minus 7 4 is 28 plus 12. So we will have minus 6 plus 16 and minus 28 plus minus you can do it as minus 12 and the last term is plus 12, so you will get 0. Now we will check at x equal minus 3 also. You will get minus 3 is equal to minus 3 square plus 7 into minus 3 and plus 12. So here we will get minus to the power even will be positive, 3 square 9 plus minus 7 3 is 21 plus 12. So we will get plus 9 and minus 21 minus 12 plus 12, it will be 0. So here we can check p minus 4 and p minus 3 both are equal to 0. That means values of x, both the values of x are the zeros of polynomial. So we can say show minus 4 and minus 3 are zeros of px. Now, so we have for this polynomial zeros are, for this polynomial zeros are alpha is equal to -4 and beta is equal to -3. I think it is clear. I think you have understood what are the methods to find the zeros of polynomial and how we can verify. So now we will understand the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Coefficient you all know here. In the standard form, we have ax square plus bx plus c. A, b and c are the coefficient here. So now we are going to learn the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Here we have ax square plus bx plus c, which is the standard form of the quadratic polynomial, in which a, b and c are the constant, and all these constant we call all these three constant as the coefficients. So here coefficients are a, b and c, and its zeros are, zeros are alpha and beta. So now we need to understand, we need to learn the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Relationship between zeros and coefficients. So zeros means alpha and beta, and coefficient means a, b and c. So the first relation is sum of zeros. Sum of zeros we can write it as alpha plus beta. Two zeros are alpha and beta, and these sum of these two zero will be alpha plus beta. We can write sum of zeros as is equal to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, or simply we can write it as minus coefficient of x. Coefficient of x will be b in the standard form, and coefficient of x square is equal to a. So the simple formula for the sum of zeros, alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a, and product of zeros, alpha into beta. Product means multiply of zeros, so alpha into beta will be is equal to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So the constant term in this quadratic polynomial, we have c as the constant term, where power of variable is 0. So here we have constant term as c, and coefficient of x square is a. So the product of zeros is c upon a. Alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. So now we have two relations between the zeros and coefficient of a quadratic polynomial. First one is sum of zeros, that is minus b upon a, and product of zeros, alpha into beta, is equal to c upon a. Now if we have given any polynomial, we have given any quadratic polynomial, these relations we can check out. Like in the last question we have x square plus 7x plus 12. We already have find out the zeros of this polynomial, and zeros are minus 4 and minus 3. We already have solved out these zeros as minus 4 and minus 3. So first one is alpha and second one is as beta. So for this polynomial we can find out the sum of zeros. If we want to find out sum of zeros, sum of zeros means alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a is the standard formula. So alpha plus beta we can find out here. Minus is already in the formula, and now we will check the value of b. B means coefficient of x, and here coefficient of x is 7. So minus 7 divided by coefficient a means coefficient of x square. Here in this question, as we can check, coefficient of x square is 1. So we will write sum of zeros as alpha plus beta is equal to minus 1. You all know this concept. If any variable is simply written and nothing is written with the multiply, then we will call it as 1. So here alpha plus beta is minus 7. And now if we want to find out product of zeros, product of zeros, alpha into beta, that is C upon A. C means constant term, and in this format constant term is C, and in this quadratic polynomial we have constant term as 12, and upon value of A is 1, so product of zeros is 12. You also can check from here. If you are going to find out the sum of these two zeros, you will get -7, and if you are going to product of these two zeros, you will get 12. You can check here, put value of alpha and beta here. If we are going to put value of alpha and beta, alpha is -4 plus beta is -3. So here we have -4 plus -3. Both the sign are same, so we have to add these two numbers. 4 plus 3 7, and sign is of the bigger number, so it will be -7. Here if we are going to put alpha is equal to -4 and multiply beta is equal to -3, minus into minus is plus, 4 into 3 is 12. So the sum of zeros and product of zeros, this is the verification of the sum of zeros and product of zeros of quadratic polynomial with their coefficient. I think it is clear. Now we will move here. If we have quadratic polynomial, like this quadratic polynomial is given, we can find out these two terms, sum of zeros and product of zeros, we can simplify out. But if these two terms are given, means sum of zeros and product of zeros both are given, so we also can find out this polynomial also. So here we will learn this formula. When sum of zeros and product of zeros are given, how to find out the quadratic polynomial. So here, suppose if sum of zeros, like in the last one question, if sum of zeros and product of zeros both are given, then we have the formula for the quadratic polynomial. Then quadratic polynomial can be found out by k bracket x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros, where k is any constant. Like for the last one question, if sum of zeros, in the last question sum of zeros is equal to -7 and product of zeros is equal to 12. If sum of zeros and product of zeros are given, by putting the sum of zeros and product of zeros in this polynomial, we can find out the quadratic polynomial here. So by using the quadratic formula, quadratic polynomial, we have k bracket x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus product of zeros is the formula to find out the quadratic polynomial. Here we have k x square minus sum of zeros means alpha plus beta is -7, so we will put it as -7 into x plus product of zeros is 12. Here we can simplify this. You will get k x square minus into minus will be plus 7x and plus 12. This is our final answer here, where k stand for any constant. If we are going to put k is equal to 1, then we will get the quadratic polynomial. If we are going to put value of k is equal to 2, then we will get the polynomial when the sum of zeros and product of zeros will also remain the same. If we are going to put here k is equal to 1, then you will get 1 into k x square plus 7x plus 12. Also if we are going to put x is equal to 2, then you can put k is equal to 2, you can put 2 bracket x square plus k x 7x plus 12, and you are going to multiply here, you will get 2x square plus 14x plus 24. You can find out the zeros of this polynomial also. You will get the same zeros and same sum, same product. You can put value of k as 3 also, 4 also, 5 also and 6 also. Any number you can put here. I think it is clear now. So here if we have given any quadratic polynomial, we can find out sum of zeros, product of zeros, or zeros of polynomial also we can find out. But if sum of zeros and product of zeros are given, then by this formula we can find out the quadratic polynomial also. Now I think Okay, we will learn the cubic polynomial also in this video, and then NCERT exercise 2.1 we will start from the next video. So here cubic polynomial. So all you understand what is cubic polynomial? I think you all know about the cubic polynomial now. Cubic polynomial means the power of variable is 3. If the highest power of variable is 3, then we can call it as cubic polynomial. Like px is equal to x cube. Okay, we are going to write here standard form of cubic polynomial. Standard form of cubic polynomial is ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d. This is the standard form of cubic polynomial where a, b, c and d are the zeros, not zeros. A, b, c and d are the coefficient. And here, as we can check, the highest power of variable is 3, so we will get 3 zeros of this polynomial. Let us call all the zeros are alpha, beta and gamma. Zeros of polynomial are alpha, beta and gamma. Now we are going to learn relationship between zeros and coefficient. Here generally the question is not asked about to find the zeros of polynomial because it is a cubic polynomial. If we want to find out, then we can find, but as the examination point of view, the question is not to find out zeros of cubic polynomial. It comes from the quadratic polynomial only. So here the first one is sum of zeros. These are the relationship between zeros and coefficient. Relationship between zeros and coefficients. The first one is sum of zeros. Sum of zeros means alpha plus beta plus gamma. It will be minus coefficient of x square divided by coefficient of x cube. So we can write it as minus b upon a also, as comparing with the standard form of cubic polynomial. Now sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time. It will be alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. अगर दो जीरो को एक साथ लेकर मल्टीप्लाई करें और फिर उनका सम निकाले तो सम ऑफ प्रोडक्ट ऑफ जीरोस टेकन 2 एट अ टाइम विल बी माइनस, it will be positive, coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. So we can write it as c upon a. And here last one we have product of zeros. Product of zeros will be alpha into beta into gamma. It will be is equal to minus constant term divided by coefficient of x cube. So here we can check constant term. Here we have constant term is d minus d and divided by coefficient of x cube is a. So these are three relations between the zeros of cubic polynomial and the coefficients. So all of you note it down, and then here if we have cubic polynomial, then we can find out all these relations. Means sum of zeros, sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time, and product of zeros we can easily find out if cubic polynomial is given. But if these three relations are given, then we also can find out the cubic polynomial. So now I am going to write the formula. If we have these three terms and we need to find out cubic polynomial, so now the formula is, when all these terms are given, when sum of zeros, product of zeros and sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time are given, then we have to find out cubic polynomial, and formula for cubic polynomial is formula for cubic polynomial, k bracket x cube minus alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square plus alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha into x and minus alpha into beta into gamma. This will be the formula to find out cubic polynomial when all these three terms are given. If cubic polynomial is given, then we can find out these three terms. If these three terms are given, then we can find out the cubic polynomial. I think it is clear now. Now we will have an example of cubic polynomial, how to find out these three terms, and then from these three terms we will find out that cubic polynomial. Means reverse we will also do. Now suppose we have cubic polynomial as px is equal to 2x cube minus 7x square minus 6x plus 5, and here we need to find out sum of zeros, sum of product of zeros taken two at a time and product of zeros. So the first one is sum of zeros, alpha plus beta plus gamma. In short we are writing here the formula was minus b upon a. You can check here, minus value of b standard form was ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So b means coefficient of x square, that is minus 7. We have to take with sign also, and a means coefficient of x cube is 2, so it will be 7 upon 2. Now sum of product